ability to go green or go hemp anymore. So companies are picking it up every day. It's really exciting, and people are going to start noticing more and more of these top brands that we're all familiar with coming out with new hemp products, pushing the limits with new technology. These ancient fibers is just amazing, from bike frames and plastic products. Our composite guy, Greg, is just amazing. He's available for people if you have an idea. Research, reach out. If we don't have it, we connect you with other people that have it, same down the line. We all are in this together, and of course now is the time to really build up for our nation again. It's hemp for our farmers, hemp for our workers, hemp for healthy products for us, and even getting back on that global exchange. What a concept! We shipped to over 76 countries out of Global Springs alone last year. So we're still importing our materials, but we are exporting them as well. We have to include our international drop ship, so that was solely hemp being exported from the U.S. abroad. And when people mention, we're the only industrialized nation, well, we're the only civilized nation as well that doesn't allow the cultivation of hemp. And of course, what a lot of people don't realize is hemp's been growing wild all over our country ever since the Prohibition. We've got Amish communities that grow it. We've got Native communities that grow it. It is out there, and it hasn't been disturbed. And now it's time to bring it to fruition for the rest of our communities and our healthy products. So, we're really here today to not only offer materials for people to build their products out of and encourage Made in the USA with our imported hemp. Unfortunately, hemp textiles is going to be one of the last things on the list to focus on in the United States. We don't have any natural fiber processing left in the U.S. It's all synthetic and cottonized equipment. Another thing is when you're looking at that hemp plant, 80% of the plant is that stalk, but only about 10% of that stalk is that exterior ribbon that contains the fiber. When you start breaking down your fiber, only about half of that 5% is a textile grade fiber. So it's going to take an awful lot of farmers growing an awful lot of hemp to finally have enough fiber to justify a state-of-the-art textile facility again. And we really don't want to always utilize what we have just to get this off the ground. We don't want to see hemp going to making viscose and depleting the purpose of what we're trying to achieve with healthy products. And it does happen. It's very common with bamboo. Federal Trade Commission's now in a lawsuit against all companies falsely marketing bamboo as natural, not even organic, but natural. So we know limit to that. Next is to come the corn, the soys, a lot of these other nasty, quote-unquote, green washed products. And the consumers are getting hip to it, and of course we want to build a healthy future for our economy, for our country, for not only our health, but our future generations here on Earth. So it's important to really know where does your product go, what does it take to create that product. We've got a sustainable, biodegradable transparency rating where it walks you through the entire process. So we've worked directly with the USDA Biopreferred Program, helping to really key down really what is the bio-based material in that end finished process completed product, and it's gone through all these phases. So it's really important, and it's awesome to see various groups and certifications that are really starting to realize, okay, just that one stamp of approval for the growing isn't covering all these harmful processing and issues that we need to start really paying attention to, because we are losing our natural resources. We do need to find alternatives that are going to not only be healthy but cost effective and not create more environmental impact for us down the line. So, today's an exciting day. Enviro Textiles is here to consult and help any company, farmer, needs and what they need to talk about and focus on to get their program started. We also want to really help create fully value added to the plants with zero waste programs. We would be one of the only countries in the world that's done that with hemp. Everyone's kind of focused on what their cultivar strain is to grow for their particular products. In Canada, they've been growing seed oil strain for 16 years now, and we still don't utilize that stock. That is a waste product. We want to see our farmers be able to utilize that stock. We want to show that you can have zero waste programs, have the best value across the board, and of course the most wonderful and multiple products available across the board. And our machinery and processing equipment division has really taken off in the last 2 years. Of course, there is no hemp without the equipment needed to do so, as with any industry. So we've seen a big increase in demand for processing equipment. We have a page on our website that you can go to. It's important to have an idea of what you want to focus on, or have an idea of some people you've talked to that are going to want to have that end product, you know, to have at least an idea of what you're looking at, to have an idea of what kind of equipment you're going to need. We get a lot of calls every day from farmers all over the world, especially the U.S. right now, going, well, we want to grow and process hemp. And we're going, okay, well, what do you want to process it into? Well, we want to do that. What should we do? Well, what do you have available out there? What can you start with, and then be able to send those components off to other facilities to complete those products? You know, we reached out to multiple facilities here in Colorado. For example, we've got the big gypsum plant right down 70 from us in Glenwood. And of course, our hemp composites would be a wonderful alternative component in those products, and they are very interested. So we've got to go through their testing labs outside of the state to really identify what material is going to be needed for them, how close can we get it, and then can they take that base product and process it the rest of the way down, or are they willing to implement that in their facility to start offering this? And a lot of these guys are, you know, they've been looking for alternatives for a long time. There are initiatives in place on the federal level that are implementing that products need to start to become a lot more sustainable, multi-purpose, or organic. You know, they're really starting to get it, and we have to. So there's some other big news that I know Colorado Industrial Hemp Company is not going to have the time to come up here with us today. And I believe Jason's got some big news too, because turns out, you guys, the first hemp homes have been confirmed to be built in Colorado this year. And Josh, JP, and Melissa right down here in the front row are already mapping out to bring a hemp home to a gentleman that lost his in the fires last year. It's going to be one of the most amazing, sustainable, passive builds, just really bring in all the alternatives and show how you can do it the best in the most cost-effective, efficient way. They're going to have workshops available, and I encourage everybody to talk to these guys to find out how to get involved, do the workshop, learn how to build with hemp, you know, do a little addition on your place with the hemp and not some of the other stuff. We've got it available now. So I look forward to seeing how we're going to go from here, and it's exciting to be in this time and really see what all of you are going to take it to that next level. So thank you.
Okay, thanks Summer so much, and for everybody, for your later reference, there is some stuff in the gift bags from Enviro Textile, like little fabric pieces or some hemp string twine that you can always find their information and contact either Summer or Barb for further questions after this event. Our last and final speaker on the table is Jason Lauve with Team Hemp House, and he is a hemp consultant and a whole bunch of other great things hemp related. So, Jason Law.
Thanks, Veronica. Thank you all for showing up for this today. I know it was overwhelming the last time we did this. People were hanging out the windows trying to hear what we had to say. I just wanted to quickly, this is totally off topic, but if there's a Michael sitting here, please meet me afterwards. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm not your teacher. Stan, thanks a lot for mentioning one of the cases that I had to go through, the only case I had to go through, being prosecuted as a patient in 2009. And I'm really happy about the outcome. There is no income yet. So I'm going to be quick. There's a lot to talk about, but everybody else here has kind of hit on everything that we need to talk about. But how do we go from here? So for example, Kentucky already has motion on an oil plant. Hemp Oil Canada, Sean Crew has announced that he's putting a plant in Kentucky, which is really exciting. I know the Canadians are putting in a $30 million facility up there in Alberta. So there's a lot of motion going on right now. There's actually a list of things that are happening, and Summer mentioned a couple of the places locally. We have a lot of infrastructure in the state of Colorado that we can really utilize, whether it's the gasohol plant down in Walsh, if I remember right. You mentioned the OSD plant in Gypsum. By the way, my t-shirt and my jeans are hemp, so if you guys don't have hemp on right now, I encourage you, please at least find a t-shirt. If you're here, I would think you'd be wearing at least some hemp, right? So we really need to move forward. There are a lot of people calling all of us at this point, whether it's farmers, whether it's people who want to have processing infrastructure, production infrastructure. This can range from animal bedding all the way up to car parts and windmill pieces, such as Vestas might become a really good client of some of the farmers out here. But how do we really launch this? And Summer mentioned the Hemp House program, and that's a big one. We're actually working with a company in Arizona that has proposed a 26-acre site. We have in Denver, and this is not completely confirmed because we're still waiting for the contract to go through on this property, but inevitably it'll probably go on any other property if this doesn't go through. But I'd like to announce the hemp building. The hemp building will be a 5-story, if we get this property, it'll be a 5-story mixed-use property. We do have sponsorship on this already from very large companies. And I wish I had my heads-up display. I'd like to show you some details. We have a mock-up sketch of the building already. It'll probably be called H. I don't know why we use H. Kind of makes sense, right? So the H, the hemp building, will include a market. It will include a greenhouse, 15 residential units, 6 business units, and this is based on a preliminary design plan. It's on a 12,000 square foot lot. And the ultimate build-out would be about 60 feet, 60,000 square feet, including 2 stories on the ground. So that is located, the ideal property is located over 5 Points, between 5 Points and the Reiner District in Denver. If you're familiar with Hood Lab, Hemp Hood Lab, it's right near there. So that's really the biggest thing that we are working towards right now. There are a couple other big projects. The seed one is something that I'm talking to Michael Bowman. Obviously, there's a lot of work that we need to do on that one. That's a federal issue. Some people might argue that that's actually already been solved. I know that there are some people out there that are trying to bring seed in. I really do. I follow them, but I said, be careful. Please don't get yourselves in any legal issues. And I think what I'm concerned about is I don't want to step on any political toes. And so I know Ben is really on top of all this. I know, CSU is a great step forward, and I know Michael is going to be saying something hopefully soon, but we'll see. So I know we reached out to a bunch of students at other universities, at all the universities, and they're trying to get professors on our side. We really need the support of the community at this point. So that said, come join us if you can collectively. Summer is absolutely right. This is really, it's going to work with all of us working together. There have been some mistakes made, as Laura pointed out, like the growing of the indoor research and development really needs to be addressed, as well as the size of the plot, research plots. So those are the political things that, hopefully will get addressed very easily. I'm hoping that Samantha Welch, who's sitting in the back corner on the right here, who is our lobbyist for the hemp bill, also has some information in regards to some of that But you'll probably hear those things as you're announced along the way. So